Okay, so we just did half of the arena work because I want to take her down the road. So I don't want to tire her out too much. And did our side passing. In the beginning she gets confused. Actually, she doesn't know what I'm asking her, and then she gets it again. But that's normal in the beginning. But that side passing helps a lot, so then I can get up to gates and open the gates. Okay. And the battery on this GoPro is having problems, so I'm going to kind of keep turning on and off. So it's kind of shady up here. Horses to see different than us, so some of this junk on the side they can't make out so well because it's shaded, and so sometimes they're a little jumpy here. You see she's just looking. I'm letting her because she's acting calm. Good girl. She's good today with it. She was a little goofy the other day. And then this is our way out. So I've used different dressage whips with her. This, when I think I might have an issue with her, I have a nice long one that's more like fiberglass, so it's a little bit firmer. If I need to try to push her forward, in the end you can just carry a stick on your saddle, and then if you need it for backup, hopefully you won't, but if you need it for backup you'll have it right there, versus these long whips don't have handles. So she's acting a little bit like she doesn't want to go, so I just hit her 3 times with my stick, just lightly. I went tap tap tap, and I have not gone this way with her, and there's smelly goats down here that come up around the corner, so let's see how it goes. Have I? I don't think I took her down here. I can't remember. So many horses. Otherwise she's being good. And these goats stink because there's boys in there. Boys are stinky. She's nice and sure-footed. I'm not having a half halt or anything going down this hill. She's good. She's rocking back on her back end. She's not heavy on her front end. So that was fine. She just spooked in place. There's a house right there and the door shut. There's the goats. Good girl. Good job. So I think she's over her goat problem. Oh, my stick. I can smell it. And sometimes there's cows up here on the right, but they're not always out. Good job. So besides leaving the barn, she seems fine. I'm looking to make sure that dog's not coming. Good girl. And I'm letting her look a little bit because she doesn't seem like a big spooky horse. Spooky ones I'm not going to let look all over. She's just kind of casing the area. There's plastic on the gate there. Sassy don't care. So yeah, you'll hear footfall. It's 4 beat. It's clean. In other words, the legs are separated. And so her head carriage is just fine. It doesn't have to be way down when you're on the trail. She gets spooky and looky, then if you bring it down, it usually gives you more control and relaxes them more. So she is getting just a little bit spooky right here. So all I did was put pressure on the bit. So this is out and back, so when we turn around, we'll see if she stops on us. Good girl. And there's goats up on this left side, up on the hill, but they're not out. Sometimes they walk out once I'm down here. We'll see. And then there's the road, but she seems like she'd be fine with traffic, since she didn't care about the garbage truck. Good girl. Oh. So she was fine coming out, just that stutter when we were just leaving the barn. We'll see if she'll stand here for a minute. There's a car coming in here. Good girl, Sass. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, she just went there. Okay, so we're going to go back, and then she pooped on the road, so I'm going to have to get off and kick that off, and then we'll see how she does. Okay? For her first trip out here alone, she did quite well. So we're going to go a little faster. You'll see she kind of keeps trying to put her head up, so now that I'm going to gate and I want to get more control in case something jumps out, I'm going to keep her head a little bit lower. And so if she pulls, you just hold. I don't know if you can see the shadow down there. Okay, that's better with her head. So I want her head kind of level with the horn. But she has nice gait. She's very smooth, but she wants to pop that head up, and we don't want her to invert her back too much because she gaits just nicely with her head down, and it's better for her back to be a little bit rounded. Okay, but it's nice and smooth out here, so much better than it was in the arena. So probably because this is what she's been doing. So there she just got a little sideways, and she pulled a little bit, and I just held and straightened her out. So the only thing she's doing, she keeps just putting her head up and pulling on the bit. And when she does, I just hold and make it uncomfortable for her. So if you keep doing it over time, they'll keep their head down. But if you keep letting them pop their head up and that's where they get the release, then they're going to keep trying. Alright, so here's the manure, so we got to get off. Whoa. I let her eat some grass since we're off. And she's good, except for just putting her head down now when I was trying to get on her. Okay, off we go. Get her head now. Let's see how her head's up. Yeah, I know. So she sped up there because I held to get her head down, and then she went to the right, so I pushed my right leg on her. And she should have just moved over instead of going forward, but she still has that confused. That's why the arena work's important, so I can teach him that stuff, which she's getting. But she understands a lot more to move sideways off the left leg than to move off the right leg. Here she's a little antsy, but they got a saw or something going on there. I think the German Shepherds are out now, Sassy. So she's getting a little on the trotty side, not a hard trot or anything. Not a pure fox trot, but she's just getting amped up. There's dogs running up there. So I'm gonna leg yield her. So I'm gonna push her sideways. Good girl. Well, it looks like he's contained. So we're okay. Here's the German Shepherds. Hey, buddy. So I don't worry about their gaits. When you're going through stuff like that, who cares about their gaits? You're just trying to be safe and not get chased by the dogs. Remember, one thing at a time. There's all the goats up there. She's still being fine for the first time being taken her out by herself. You know. People get mad. They're not quiet. They're not slow. No, she's scared. She needs some help. She'll get better. So now the goats are no longer here. They went in the back field. So we'll see if we see them once I get up to the top. She has not tried to stop. So those of you who are watching, this horse apparently has been stopping on the trail, but I did lots of arena work and stuff and fixed her attitude in there before I came out here, because it's much easier and safer to fix there in case you fall off. So the worst thing she's doing is just she keeps trying to put her head up. So we're going to go right by the barn, which is this gate here. Let's see where the goats are. And then if the goats are up here, I'm going to stop and graze her so she can watch them some more. So she's going towards the barn a little bit, but not too bad. There's the goats. So she stopped. I just whacked her twice. There's the goats. They're probably 50 feet away from me because who knows what it looks like on camera. Good girl. Okay. Oh. So we want going by the barn to be a good thing and the goats to be a good thing. So I'm going to get off and graze her, and then that's the end of our ride. Good girl, Sass. So some of you might wonder, why did I take the horse down the road when the owner wants the horse to be able to go down the trail? This is a trail. It's just a hard trail, and you actually see more things here than I will in the woods. So I do it for a couple of reasons. Something happens bad, someone will find me, because out there no one will find me. She sees more things here. If I need to get off and walk, I can. There's no mud. There's the goats are here. And if I have a problem, I can walk home and it's not that far. So as you're teaching your horse to do things, remember you're supposed to start kind of slow. So if you've never taken them out on a trail ride, you don't want to like trailer someplace and ride out for 3 hours, because that could be a disaster. You take them somewhere close, walking down the road a block, and then come back. That was a good day. The next time you go out 2 blocks and come back. And then you work your way up, and that way it's comfortable for you and it's comfortable for your horse. And again, you don't want to scare the hell out of them. You're trying to increase their confidence. So start slowly and then work your way up. And I always make sure the horse has all the arena work, because then when I get out here on the road or the trail, I have control of my horse. She knows how to stop really well, back up, turn on the forehand, turn on the haunches, and her side pass is coming along, and then her gaits are pretty good, and I have good control in there. But when we started in the arena, it was a disaster. She really did not want to do it, and she was stopping and throwing fits and doing all sorts of bad stuff. So now the arena is good, so now I know, well, now I have her trust and her confidence, and she respects me, so now I can take her out here and then it won't be so bad. But if I just took her out in the beginning, it might have been horrible. So I'm always trying to help the horse, make it easier on myself, make it less dangerous for both of us. So make sure your horse is really broke, that you have control. So if, say, I was out here and she started to rear up, I could do the turn on the forehand, which is also called disengaging the hindquarters. So if I spin her back end around, she can't rear up. If she started to buck, I could spin her around. And, she knows a one-rein stop and all those things. So now I have good control. So even if she does something, I have a defensive maneuver to help myself. If you don't have any of those defensive maneuvers and the horse doesn't understand any of those things, you can have a big disaster within minutes. But for some reason, even though when they're doing bad, if you turn their head and spin them around, they know how to do it. They'll do it for you, and it gives you time to think, should I stay on? Should I ride this out? Should I jump off? Should I get off and go back to the round pen? So remember, be safe. Don't do anything crazy, and don't let your friends, if you're petrified, don't let your friends talk you into staying on. You just get off, walk home, get a trainer, get some help.